Hello and welcome back to the Staad Pro course. In the previous class, we had seen about the translation repeat, right? So in this particular class, we'll be looking into the structure wizard. So let me just very quickly open up a new file. Okay. So what is run structure wizard and how do we work with this? That is the thing we'll be working on this class. Just a second. Let me just close this. So before we go for geometry and go to run structure wizard and work on it, there's a little exercise that we need to do. That exercise is called as practice grid 1. Okay, I think I had spoken about this in the previous class as well. So by using the translation repeat, first we'll try to recreate this grid. Okay, and then again by using run structure wizard, we will try to recreate this grid. Now the basic idea of this exercise is to understand how the translation repeat works and how the run structure wizard works. Okay, so once you have a proper understanding, you can go for either the run structure wizard or you can go for the translation repeat. Both the methods are take almost the same amount of time because in run structure wizard there'll be editing that needs to be done, and in this we can easily edit as we are going. Okay, what I mean by that is that as and when you are translation repeating from one place to another place, we can easily give the distance and we can repeat it. Okay, we have discussed about that. The same can be done in transitive Zara also, but there is a little amount of work that is need to be done in the after the model is imported. Okay, so don't worry, we'll look into both the methods and we'll try to create this grid. With that being said, let's get started. So the first thing, okay, for this is basically a plan, right? Even though it's a very simple one, this is basically a plan. This is basically how your beam column layout will look like. Okay, once you're done with that, this is how it will look. So you have to decide what is 0 comma 0 comma 0, what is your point of origin. Okay, for example, if I decide this is my point of origin, for example, then what happens, all my z values will go in negative. Now what do I mean by all the values will go in negative? If you see this diagram, let me just come over here. I think I had drawn somewhere. Yeah, this one. See, this is my xy plane, right? So whatever comes in this particular plane, let me just use it a freehand drawing. Okay, okay, this is how a plane will basically look to us. Plan, sorry, not plane, plan. Just redraw it here like this. Okay, so whatever will come here, this is going to be basically my what plane? It is going to be x and z plane. X and z plane. Okay, that was my x and y plane. This is my x and z plane. So whatever my plan comes, this is basically my x and z plane. Okay, the one which is perpendicular to this particular direction is y. Okay, this is going to be my y plane. All right, so this is basically what, this is my x and this is my z. So if I consider this as my 0 comma 0 comma 0, then what is going to happen is all my values from here is going to be negative. Okay, because we are going backwards. All right, if you see this, if you're going backwards from this point 0 comma 0 comma 0, all your values are going to be negative. Okay, that's the first thing that you can do. Second thing what you can do is you can just consider this point as your 0 comma 0 comma 0 origin. Okay, this column is what, 1 comma a. Okay, and if you consider this as your origin, your all z values also will be positive, your all x values also will be positive. All right, both the methods are correct. Whichever method you want, you can go ahead with that. Okay, so I'm going to consider this as my 0 comma 0 comma 0. Okay, and first I'll draw this particular this one line, and then I'll draw all of this. Okay, so follow along with me. What I'm going to do is, first I'm going to start with 0 comma 0 comma 0. This is going to be my point of origin. After this, I'm going to open this, and I want this particular continuous beam. Okay, so I have to give 5, 5, 7, and 6. In the previous class, I had explained this, right? How to from one point from one node, how to get an entire beam by translation repeat. The same thing we will be doing in this class as well. Okay, the values are 5, 5, 7, and 6. Note down 5, 5, 7, 6. Okay, so let me come here. I'll select this cursor. Okay, node cursor. Select this. I'll go to my translation repeat. Okay, and in which direction I want to go? I want to go in x direction, positive, so I'll keep the values in positive only. And how many times I have to repeat? I have to repeat how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 5, 7, 6. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 5. This is going to be 7, and this is going to be what? This is going to be 6. Once that much is done, I have to click on link steps. Okay, once I do the link steps, you have to click on OK. All right, now if you want to see if I have done it correctly or not, all you have to do is go for tools and click on beam dimensions, display 5576. Okay, it is that simple to get this thing. Once that is there, again we'll go to our plan view. Okay, as you can see x and z here, right? X and z, the same thing that we have here, x and z. This is how the plan view will look to you. Okay, now I'm going to select my normal cursor, select the whole beam. Okay, and I want to and translation repeated in the bottom direction. Okay, so again I want you to come here and note on these values 5663. Okay, this is what we have got. This we have got. Now I want this one 5, 6, 6 and 3. So I'll come here, I'll go for translation repeat in the Z direction. Okay, 5663 was the value, 5663. So 5, this is going to be 6, this is going to be 6, and this is going to be 3. Okay, then I have to do what? Link steps. All right, 566, just a second. Okay, 5663 Z direction, link steps. I'll do OK. So I have got this whole thing. Again, I'll go for my tools. I'll set to display dimension. I'll display it. So 5663 is correct. 5576 is also correct. And 5663. How much time did it take us? Okay, hardly a minute or two. Okay, so very quickly we're able to generate this particular grid. All right. So once you have generated the grid, I'll click on the isometric view. Again, you can do Control A. Okay, first I want to get the foundation level. Okay, to get my foundation level, what I'll do, I'll go for my node option. Okay, because I just want the nodes, because I just want columns. Beams will not come in the foundation level. So I'll select this, all my nodes are selected. Then what I do, I go for my translation repeat. Okay, and then I'll go from a y direction. Again, I'm assuming 1.5 as the value, minus 1.5. Generally in Bangalore region, where I would generally do my building designs and everything, 1.5 is your general. 1.5 meters is general. Okay, for a G+1, G+2 structure. Anything beyond that, we will go deeper. So then I'll do link steps, because I just don't want nodes to come. I want nodes as well as the link elements to come. Okay, so y minus 1.5 I'm doing link steps, and I'll do OK. So I have got this value. Okay, sorry, I've got the columns now. So once that is done, again I'll come to my side direction. Okay, I'll just get my normal cursor, select the whole thing. Okay, check it in isometric view how it looks. It looks like this. Then I go for my translation repeat again. Say in y direction, I want some 3 to 4 stories. Okay, so it will be ground floor, first floor, second floor. Okay, and each story height is going to be 3. Okay, instead of going making 3 3 3 separately, if you just put the value here, default step spacing, all of them will change. For example, if I make it 4, all of them will become 4. Okay, so this method you can use when you want to make changes for all the stories. Okay, then I'll do link steps, and then I'll click on OK. So I was able to get this. Now if I go from my plan view again, the last from the third from the end, it's going to be plan view, and plan view will look something like this. All right, so how much time did it take us? Hardly 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, but we were able to generate the entirety of our structure like this. Okay, so this is how you have to do in translation repeat. All right, the next method is called as if I go for geometry, it's called run structure wizard. Okay, now before we go to run structure wizard, there are a couple of tools. Okay, we'll discuss the tools after I have done the run structure wizard. Don't worry, simple. The mirror command and all I have to discuss. We will discuss it, no issues. And one more thing, if you don't have the run structure wizard here, for some students it does happen. They don't have all these things. So if you go for geometry, here you find all of it. Okay, your move command, your rotate, mirror, translation repeat, all of it. Okay, and even here add beams. If you go see if this is not there. If you go for add beams, you will find add beams here. All right, so in geometry you'll find all the tools here. Okay, so by using translation repeat, very quickly, very easily, we were able to recreate this grid in our Staad Pro. Okay, I want you to practice this exercise. I'll provide you with this file. Practice this exercise. Okay, so this much is done. Next I have to do by run structure wizard, right? So let me just select all. I'll just delete the whole thing. It will take a few seconds. Okay, it depends upon the speed of your laptop. If you have a 8 GB RAM laptop or 16 GB RAM laptop, this will happen much faster. Okay, so geometry I'm gonna go. I'll click on run structure wizard. Okay, geometry, run structure wizard. Note it down. Geometry, run structure wizard. Okay, when you click that, you'll get that dialog box that looks something like this. Okay, now in this you have got default many designs. Okay, you have got truss models, all different type of trusses are there. If you have done your steel structure 1, steel structure 2, in this you'll have designed almost all of these structures manually. Okay, so truss is there. Then we have got frame model. This is what we'll be using. In this you have got continuous beam as well, circular beam as well. Okay, the two things that I generally there are three things basically that I use. That is truss models I'll use if I'm doing some steel work. I use frame models if I'm doing some grid work. Okay, and then I use for import CAD drawings. CAD models. These are three only options that I use mostly. Rest everything is there, but I have never personally used them. Okay, so I'm going to go for frame models. Okay, because this is basically like a RCC building that I have to create. All right, so let me just make it a bit smaller here and bring it to the side so that I can view the values here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll set the bay frame, drag and drop it over here. Okay, or double click it or drag and drop it, either one. So bay frame, basically what happens is, let me just explain what is a bay frame first. So in this, what happens, I'll click on apply. Okay, now what I wanted to pay attention is on this number of bays along length. 4 bays are there. Number of bays along height, 5 are there. Number of bays along width, 4 are there. Okay, so let me just do apply first. We'll get something that looks like this. Okay, so I'll I'll view it in the isometric view first. So as I said, number of bays along height. This is height, right? There are 5 bays. So this entire section is there, no? This is first bay. One single bay is here. Second bay, third one, fourth one, fifth one. Okay. This whole section is considered as one bay. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. If I view from top, along the length, one bay, second bay, third bay, 4 bays. Okay. Along width, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I double click on this, you'll be able to see the same values again. See along length how many bays we have got: one bay, second bay, third bay, and fourth bay. Okay. Along width, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Along height, we had 5 bays. All right. So that's how you have to consider bay. Okay. It is not just one single, what can I say, selection. It is a group selection like this. Okay. For those who couldn't understand even now, let me just show it to you what I mean by bays here. Okay. So let me draw something that looks like this. Okay. Okay. And then, all right. So this what I'm constructing is called as one single bay. Okay. If you want, you will have something in the middle like this. Someone or two lines like this also will be there for your bay. Okay. This whole structure is called as a bay. Okay. Not just this one frame. Okay. If you have something like this called as frame, portal frame. Okay. When you have something like this, it's considered as a bay. Okay. That's a frame. This is a bay. All right. So again, even in this direction, if you go along the length like this, all right. All right. So even you can consider this has to be a bay. All right. It will go and join up something like this, end to end. And from here again, you will have one more line, something that will look like this. All right. So this will be considered as what? One entire bay. Okay. So this is a frame. This is a bay. Okay. I hope you have understood now. All right. So let me come back. So let me do know where were we? We were in geometry. We were in Transstructure Wizard. Okay. So what I did, I'll come here. I'll click on frame models, Bray. I'll just come and drop it. So 454 is there. I'll do apply. Okay. Now how do I import this from this Transstructure Wizard into my system? I have to just close it. There is no control S. There is no enter. Okay. Once you're happy with what you have got, all right, you can just do close like this. If you do, uh, just do no. Don't want to merge it. Just a second. I didn't take the command. Transstructure Wizard, frame models. Okay. Let me do yes this time. 0 comma 0 comma 0. Okay. So we have got the entire frame, something that looks like this. Uh, let's go up a second. Okay, it has not merged, separately has created. Okay, fine. So you do this much, you'll get something that looks like this. But if I come to my top view, see, this is how it looks. Okay, uh, I'll show you the issue. Display beam dimension, I'll do display. See, it looks something like this. This is wrong, right? It's not supposed to come like this. So I want you to go to isometric view or side view first. Okay, you go to a side view, you pick one single frame, one single section, right click, go for new view, do OK. Now you come for your top view for this particular frame, go for tools, go for tools, display and display. Okay, but if you see this now, here what I have got 5 5 7 6, and here we have got 3 something something. Okay, but here if you see, everything has come as 3 3 3 3 only. This is wrong, right? This is not what we wanted. Okay, so how do we work with this problem? Let me just do this and we'll get the entire frame back. Okay, now what you can do is you can start going and editing this particular thing. What I mean by that is, you can come to your top view, select this one section like this. If you go for NC isometric, the entire frame will get selected. Okay, now you can right click it and click on move, and you can actually move it by 1 or 2 meters. Okay, if all right, so you do this, you go and click on top. See, there are some issues like this will come again. Editing will take too much of time. Okay, so what I want to do is, I'll just select the whole thing. It'll again take some more time. I'll just select this, I'll just delete the whole thing off. Okay, so I'll go back to geometry, I'll go to run structure wizard. All right, to overcome this issue of editing and everything, I'll drag and drop the bayframes here. Now I'll input the data from my own side. Okay, I won't take this whatever they have given, I'll input the data. See, but if you see, a number of bays along length, number of bays along this is fixed. Okay, so what is happening basically here is, if I just push this in one corner, I'll just close this, I'll just push this in one corner and this in one corner. All right, 5576. All right, let me just try to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so I'll just click, drag and drop this. See, it is asking me the length. This is my length, this is my width. I'll give those values. But if you say number of bays are there, okay, and it will divide the value of whatever I'm giving by those number of bays. Okay, what if I want to put separate values like this? How do I do that? To do that, what I have to do first is I have to give the length. Okay, so 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 7 is 17, 17 plus 6 is 23. So the length along length is 23 meters. Okay, 10, 17, 17 plus 6 is uh, 23. Okay, then it is asking me height can be anything. Okay, if you have g plus 1, so it will be different, g plus 2 it will be different, g plus 3 it will be different. So if you know number of stories, you can easily input the values here. All right, again you have to give the value from the foundation level, or in the end you can recreate the foundation, there is no issue with that. Then it is asking me for width. This is my width. Okay, so width is going to be 5 6 6 3. 6 plus 6 is 12, 12 plus 3 is 15, 15 plus 5 is 20. Okay, so how much it is? 12 plus 3 is 15, 15 plus 5 is 20. All right, so much. Okay, so much is done, right? Now I have to give the bay values. How many bays I have? 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4 bays in this direction, 4 bays in this direction. Fair enough, we have got 4 and 4 by default. Okay, then what I want to do is I have to click this part, and I want to put separate data. Okay, if I just click on this 3 dotted lines, you will see inside separate, they have divided the data equally. Okay, they have divided what? The distance equally. So I can come separately, I can change. The first bay is 5. Okay, second bay is also 5, third bay is 7, double click it to activate it. Okay, last bay is 6. Okay, 5 5 7 6, 5 5 7 6 I have given. This is along what? Along the length, along the width. Okay, click on OK. Next, along the width, what is there? Again, this is my 0 comma 0 comma 0. All right, so 5 6 6 3. So 5, this is going to be 6 6 and 3. Okay, if you want to adjust the height is along 3 3 3 3, they have given properly. If you want to change the height of the first one 1.5, you can do it, or else I'll show you how you can create your own base again. No issues, foundation part. Once this is done, click on apply. Okay, Now if I go for my top view, it looks something like this. Okay, then I'll just close it. Let me just minimize this one first. I'll just close this. And would you like the transfer of merges? Yes. Okay, 0 comma 0 comma 0. Okay, no. All right. So if I go to my top view again, it looks something like this, similar to what we have here. All right. Okay, you can see the resemblance, right, between this and that. Let me just zoom in a bit more and bring it to the side by side comparison. All right. So if I want to see the values again, the bottom values also will start appearing here. So I'll just go for a side first. I select any random side like this. Again, I have to keep half and half like this something. Right click. You can do new view, not label, sorry. New view. Let me do OK. Let me go for top view now. I'll go for what? Tools. I'll go for this the dimension of the beam, and I click on display. 5576, 557 and 6, and then I have got what? 5663, 5663. All right. So whatever you want, if you want to do by translation repeat, we can do by translation repeat. In translation repeat, we'll have three steps. First, we did this node, then we got this beam, then we got other beams like this, and then we took the whole thing and we translated repeat in the y direction. Or what you can do, go for geometry and go for unstructured wizard. Okay, and in one go, you can put all the values that you want to put. Frame models, you can just put all the values that you want to put. Okay, and you can get the output. I can manipulate directly over here only. Okay, instead of going for move and everything. So some students find it easy to do it like this because they have more understanding. Okay, this much of the distance I'm putting it properly, I'm putting all the distance, they have more control over it. So some students prefer this, some students prefer going for geometry and transitive wizard and doing it from there. So whatever feels easy for you, you can go with that method. Okay, all right. So this is how you work with the unstructured wizard. All right, if you have any doubt, let me know. If you're finding any confusing, let me know on in the chat box. Okay, I'll try to create one more video on this if you have any doubt. Okay, so we go for isometric view, we click on this and we get it. Now I said one more thing that I'll tell you how you can create the foundation level. Okay, so if you want to translation repeat these beams, okay, so what I want you to do is you can just select the beams and you can translate repeat them, or if you just want to repeat this node points, I have actually shown you how to do that already. You just click this. For example, if you just select this, I just select the beams first. Translation repeat in the y direction, -3, -3. Okay. Link steps is not required because already we have all the things. So I'm not going to do link steps. I'll do OK. So I have got all my beams like this. If I go for my isometric view, it will look like a box. Now what do I want? I want my foundation level to come from here. For the foundation level, what I'll do, I'll just go to the side view again, random. See, either you can use this, or this. Okay, any side view will work. Go for your node point option. Just drag and select your nodes. Okay, then you come to isometric view. It is very important so that you understand what you have selected. Okay, so once you have selected everything, go for translation repeat again. Why? In here, if you want to give -2 as a foundation or -4 because it's quite deep, it's quite a big this one. Whatever your value is coming, you put that value, you click on link steps and click on OK. Once you do that, you'll get a foundation level like this. Okay, so like this, by using these two methods, you can very quickly and very easily generate whatever plan is given to you. Okay, I'll even show you how to import the plan itself. Okay, but generally this is the first step that you have to learn. Okay, once you learn this, then I'll show you how to import the plan as well, and we can work on this diagram as well. Okay, so I'll give one more example, one more thing as a homework, as an exercise. You can carry that out. If you have a doubt, let me know. Let me just show it to you. Give me a second. Practice grid 2 is something that looks like this. I want you to create this grid. Okay, I'll try to create one video on this as well. All right, because there's some concepts here. So there's this one secondary beams and everything. So that concepts are important. I'll give this as an exercise. Okay, you can carry it out. I'll give you both the files, this one and grid one also. Those are the exercises. Do them. I'll create one video on this as well. Okay, and we will see how it goes from there. Okay, so see you guys in the next class. Thank you.